The fourth Hermetic principle is the law of polarity. So if you're new here, I am going over the 7 Hermetic principles, or the 7 universal laws as told by the 3 initiates in the Kabbalion. It is a spiritual text, so go check out my other previous videos on this. If you're new here, again, my name is Ashley, and this is my crystal shop. It's called Healing Crystal Creations. I make all these healing crystal creations myself. Check it out, all genuine crystals. So the law of polarity. The law of polarity states that everything has its opposite, and that all opposites are actually identical in nature, but differing in degree. This law states that everything has its pair of opposites, so like hot and cold, or love and hate, or good and evil, or black and white, but that those things are actually in reality all one thing, opposite of each other, but just measuring different degrees of whatever it is. Let me explain. So in order for me to fully explain the concept of polarity, you kind of have to understand the concept of oneness, or the first Hermetic principle, which states that the all is mind. That everything in this entire universe, including me, including you, including a butterfly, including a tree, including a flower, including a river, a mountain, a tree, whoever, Ronald McDonald, everything is an infinite manifestation of the one thing, source. So like Big Bang Theory, except on a spiritual metaphysical level. Concept is stating that all opposites are actually equal, they're just differing in degree. So let me give you an example. Hot, cold. Where on the spectrum of hot and cold does hot become cold? There's actually no real line down the middle. Like black and white, or light and dark. When is it not light and not dark anymore in the middle? We don't really know. It's all subjective and based on opinion, really. Basically, it's just stating that everything has its pair of opposites and poles, and that's kind of how we gauge our reality and how we are able to, like, you know, distinguish what one thing is and what another thing is, or else everything would just be jumbled up and have no boundaries. You're able to view that those two things are actually just one thing. It's just different degrees of the one thing. That's basically what it's saying. It's also stating that all opposites can be reconciled, even love and hate, even good and evil. And so it's better to not try and use your logical mind to make those things make sense. But basically, the law of polarity helps us to conceptualize our reality better, and also helps us to tune our vibration, which helps us manifest. Because of the opposites of emotions, there's actually a whole scale of them that Dr. David Hawkins talks about. And he talks about how if you are on one scale or one side of the spectrum, you can actually transmute your emotions to the opposite. So hate to love. So then this gets into like emotional alchemy, or like alchemy in metaphysics, which is basically like when you're trying to change your emotional state from a state of like a negative vibration, like guilt, shame, fear, like the lower vibrational state, to a higher vibrational state. It really did help me when I understood this concept. It helped me with my emotions. It helped me like realize, oh, like I'm just on this end of the scale. Like it's actually like degrees, and like it's not all like doom and gloom, black and white sort of thing. Even though it is black and white, but it isn't really black and white because there's so many shades of gray in the middle. Please follow me and check out my shop. Thanks guys, love you.